All right, I had some people that wanted to see me do eyes, so I'm going to show you that really, hopefully quickly. As I've talked about before, Shadowsense is our eyeshadow. Looking for the right brush here. And what I normally do after I've cleansed, after I've moisturized, after I've put on any treatments that I might need, which we can talk about more later, I will put a primer on my lids. I don't have a lot of veins or anything sticking out of my lids. That yellowish, whitish line you're seeing there is actually that illuminating eye cream. And I probably put it on a little thick. I get carried away sometimes. But the illuminating eye cream will give you shininess. As I've said before, 20s, 30s, no problem. You start getting wrinkles. You do not want to use that on your underside of your eyes for sure. You could on the top, but I would just purchase the pearlizer on top. So I'd get the regular eye cream, get the pearlizer if you want to add more shininess to the top of your lids. But this is the primer of shadow. This is called Candlelight. That isn't always the best color for everyone, I'm finding, but for a lot of people, and this one's just about empty, this one works really good. And if that's not your color, we'll find you one that is if you would like to do a primer. Basically, it gives you a base. So primers do. It gives you a base to build, a base to make the color that you're going to use actually come out. And I'm just going to go really basic because I want to go quick today. We'll have different clinics and different demos on different kinds of eye looks. Mine always tend to look almost the same, but I'm learning. I haven't been doing this part very long. I almost put that right in my eye, which I could do, but there's not a ton of product left in this tube, so I'm just going to pat it on. Notice I'm patting and not brushing or rubbing at this point. You want to get in any of the wrinkles that you have and get that into your pores so they kind of fill up, and then your shadow will look more seamless. You know, we're not perfect, any of us. You're going to see some wrinkles at some point in time, but that just kind of gives you a good base to start with. Hopefully you can kind of see that. All right, now you can start either way. I kind of like to start usually with the dark outside. So most people put a little bit of a dark edge out here on the outer side of your lid and in your crease, and that makes your eyes look bigger. And there's also various things you can do for different eye shapes. So be prepared on that for the future, for different looks. I'm having trouble finding the brush that I would like. I don't think I put it away. Okay, well, we can always go darker. We just can't go lighter. So I'm going to use the Candlelight one because I can't find the other one. All right, so this is called Rustic Brown. One of my favorites. I use it almost daily. I can almost say I do use it daily. I'm just going to pop a little on that same brush. You do not need very much or it gets really dark. And I'm just going to put it in the lid, in the crease of the lid, I should say. And then blend, 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 blend. And I think I almost got too much, especially with this used brush. So I'm really going to have to blend it out. But you can already see how that opens up my eyes. And just kind of fills in that corner a little bit. Now I have kind of a roundish eye, so between a round and an almond eye. So I like to make them look a little bit less round. And this is one of the tricks that does do that. There's another trick that you're supposed to put like eyeliner toward the middle of your lid, a little bit higher up than you would on the rest of your lid. I haven't become very successful with that yet, and I haven't found that it really makes it look that way. To me, it makes it look more round, but it's supposed, the almond shape is supposed to be the perfect eye shape. Well, no one has the perfect eye shape, at least that I know. No real people have perfect eye shapes. And if they do, they're probably models. All right, so you can kind of already see that's not blended perfectly by any means, but that would be how you could begin to make your eyes look larger. And again, this is meant to be just a really quick, short tutorial. Nothing fancy, just an everyday look. And then sometimes I just go in and use my finger to pat it. You don't want it to go all the way to your eyebrows. And then you can also make your eyebrows look better too. You can add product to that. Shadowsense works for that too. I'm not going to do that today because we want this to be short and sweet, but there'll be other tutorials, other demos where you can play with that. And again, we're just doing basic skincare with this party demo. So this might not even be something you're interested in yet, but know that you could for the future. Okay, so that's kind of a good start. And then I would probably follow up with another lighter color right in here, which you just do that real quick. Because, you know, once you get started, you have a hard time stopping on this stuff. All right, this one is that mulberry that I used on my cheeks. So I'm just gonna do it again, tiny little bit, and pop it in. When I first started, I didn't like anything but the matte colors because I thought they accentuated my wrinkles, and I was so worried about those wrinkles, still am. But I have found that if I use the matte on the outside and the inside, like what I'm doing right now, I can use some of the other metallics or glossier ones right here. And then they kind of add a little sparkle to your lid. And they actually fill in the cracks, the wrinkles really well. Way better than I would have expected. So that is that. And then of course you would add your eyeliner under and or over both, and then the mascara if you'd like, and that just completes the look. There's one more thing I'm going to show you quick. Now this is the stuff that does come off on your mask, but it just creates a nice little look. There's 3 different colors of this. I have the silver rose here and I have the natural. And the natural just kind of, it's a powder, and it just kind of fills in all the gaps. And you can see that it's still there a little bit. I didn't do a great job of covering that, but it's actually a pretty big one today too. So some days you just got to go with it. Whatever it is, it is. All right, so that just kind of put a finishing touch. You do not have to do that because this stuff does dry to a powdery finish. I just always like to have a little bit more on the top. And then this is the rose. Just a little tiny bit. Okay, now if I'd added my mascara there, you'd see a whole difference. We'll talk about that another time. Thanks for watching.